This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. See, this is the stuff that I was talking about, folks. The double standard, the panderisms to the Mexican community and the European community fan bases. Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, you have to be a classic dope in the trogo guy. You have to be a Rudy Point, a plum plum brain. You have to be an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. If you're not sitting here and acknowledging that Canelo Alvarez and Triple G have been ducking Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo, it's really that simple, folks. This is not math here. You know what I'm saying? This is not the theory of relativity. This is not Albert Einsteinisms here. You know what I'm saying? This is not E equals MC squared. This is simple fucking boxing 101. If a person is calling you out for an elongated period of time, years after years after years, and you don't answer the bell, you have to call it out as a duck. And if you're not doing that, you're not being a man or a woman with purpose, confidence, and an abundance mindset. You're being what we call ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. You're being a classic dope and a troglodyte. You're being an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. You're being a panderer. Because that's what's happening here. You have a lot of these platforms that are pandering to motherfuckers. Because that's all they can do. They don't have no creativity. They don't have no authenticity. They're not consistent. They're not original. So they have to monkey see, monkey do. Let me say it again. They have to monkey see, monkey do. Because that's what they do out here in these boxing streets. That's what they do out here in these NBA streets. That's what they do out here on YouTube, man. But Hino's Sport is a consistent and authentic platform. It's a professional platform. And motherfuckers seeing that shit. Being part of the Hino's Sport family, the Hino's Sport movement, and the Hino's Sport lifestyle is not just by lip service. Let me say it again. Being part of the Hino's Sport movement, the Hino's Sport family, and the Hino's Sport lifestyle, it's not just by lip service. It's a mindset. Now y'all getting the new one, Hino's Sport mindset. You have to have the Hino's Sport mindset. That means three-dimensional thinking ability. Out here in these boxing streets, we have to call everything out for what it is. You got to call a spade a spade. Jermall Charlo's been a mandatory for Canelo Alvarez for years. And Canelo Alvarez has not answered the bell. Now he ran his ass up to 175 to go fight Sergey Kovalev. What the fuck is that? It was a duck. You think he's going to stay at 175? Come on, folks. You have to be an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric to think this. He's not going to stay at 175 after he beat Sergey Kovalev. Too many dangerous fighters there. And it's 2 weight classes above what he normally fights at. He's going to bring his ass back down to 160 to justify why he's ducking Demetrius Andrade and to justify why he's ducking Jermall Charlo. And you have his ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric sitting here eating this shit up. He has cult-like followers. It's like LeBron James. These level of followers, man, they're brain full of mush and they're brainwashed dodo heads. Their dodo headisms are so bad. There's no reversing it, dog. Let me say it again. Their dodo headisms are so bad, there's no reversing it, folks. It's really that simple. How you gonna sit here and get on Tank, get on Earl Spence, get on Deontay Wilder, get on Demetrius Andrade, get on Jermall Charlo, but then you're gonna give Terrence Bud Crawford a pass, who for the last 5 years been fighting duds after duds after duds, but he's a top 3 pound for pound. Canelo Alvarez, who's had gifts after gifts after gifts, controversies after controversies after controversies, but he's done everything that he's supposed to. Triple G, who got exposed by Demetrius over this last weekend, right? And before that, the Steve Rose fight, he was getting touched up. But people was like, oh no, he just had a new trainer. No, the Derevenchko fight showed us that the Steve Rose fight was things to come. But he's 37 years old. See, that's the narrative that they're running with. Giving motherfuckers a pass. We getting tired of that bullshit. We debunking that nonsense, man. Lomachenko got exposed by Luke Campbell. Anthony Crolla was having some success against this motherfucker. But Luke Campbell exposed him. Still got a pass. Oh, Luke Campbell's this champion and blah, 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 blah. He was a contender and blah, 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 blah. He was an Olympian and blah, 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 blah. But what happened to all of that before? Nobody was talking all that. They were saying Lomo's going to blow this motherfucker out. And then they want to get on Tank about Abner Mares. Abner Mares was the one that ran up on Tank. You do realize that, you classic Dothan, you troglodyte, you ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric, you Rudy Quinn, you plum plum rings. You do realize that, right? Tank wasn't looking for that motherfucker. He ran up on Tank and said, hey man, I want to run this thing back with you, man. So what the fuck are we talking about here? This is the narratives that we're running with. People don't like these PBC fighters. It's really that simple. Connect the dots. All of these motherfuckers are on PBC. They can't stand PBC. They have an agenda against PBC. And PBC's been sitting here putting the best cards this year in boxing. Top Rank has been giving you bullshit on this ESPN Plus app. The DAZN app is hit or miss. There's been moments where it's been good, and then there's moments when it's been bad. Can't say that about PBC. Because all of the lions, all of the top dogs, all the real fighters are over there. So what the fuck are people talking about? Are you a boxing fan, or are you just a panderer? Let me say it again. Are you a boxing fan, or are you a panderer? Because let me tell you about panderisms. They don't last forever, folks. Let me say that again. Let me tell you something about panderisms. They don't last forever. You could pander to a community as much as you want. But once you're exposed, you're exposed. But when you're in a consistent and authentic as fuck motherfucker like he knows the sport, and you're running with a narrative where it's not a narrative, it's about cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth-telling, motherfuckers gonna rock with you regardless. You gotta keep that same fucking energy. Motherfuckers want to get on Jermall Charlo, get on Demetrius Andrade, get on Earl Spence, get on Tank, get on Deontay Wilder. I mean, it's ridiculous the hate for these guys. But they want to give Canelo Alvarez a pass. And then you on my fucking platform, which is the bigger platform where it matters to say this shit, and you can't say it. Oh, I said this about Canelo Alvarez. We don't want to hear that shit on your small platform. We want to hear it on the bigger platform. Let me say it again. I said this about Canelo Alvarez. We don't want to hear that shit on your smaller platform. We want to hear that shit on my platform where it matters. So motherfuckers know it means something. This is the problem with classic dolts and troglodytes. Rudy pulling plum brains. Ultra fanboy with ultra fanboy rhetoric. You give them a mic to speak. You inspire motherfuckers. Because I inspire motherfuckers. This came out of your mouth, motherfucker. And remember, you came checking for me. I didn't come checking for you. Everybody that's part of the He Knows the Sport movement, the He Knows the Sport lifestyle, the He Knows the Sport family, they gravitated to He Knows the Sport because they saw that He Knows the Sport was consistent and authentic as fuck. That includes you, motherfucker. I don't owe you shit. You don't owe me shit. It's really that simple. That's what motherfuckers need to get through their thick heads. I don't understand why people don't get this. The bottom line is very simple. You have a double standard in boxing. It is ridiculous. And people that are so-called people that's been saying, oh, I've been saying this and I've been saying that, and think they're giving you all sides of the angles when they only giving you partiality. Then you had a caller call in and say, oh, He Knows the Sport, Canelo Alvarez. And then I dropped the Richard Schaefer bomb. Boom. That's what He Knows the Sport does. He ethers and he murks cats. My brain moves too fast for people, man. When I say I'm a three-dimensional thinker, people don't understand that. And if I focus on that person that I'm debating against, it's over for them, dog. It's chop suey. That's what they don't understand. Because I have counters for days, and my brain is moving fast. You got to keep up. And if you can't keep up and you showcase your emotional ranting, that's on you. Let me say it again. If you showcase your emotional ranting and people realize, damn, what is wrong with this person? This person's off. No, it's not that they're off. They're getting eaten and murked, and they don't know how to counter. So they look like they're off. Because that's what He Knows the Sport is. He's like Floyd Mayweather. He make, you know what I'm saying, people that are elite look ordinary. He make people that are elite anywhere else look ordinary. Because that's what He Knows the Sport does. So these people that I rocks with, Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis, you know, Jermall Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, these are legit fighters, man. They need to get their credit. Demetrius Andrade has been calling out Triple G. He had to go face to face and confront this motherfucker just so he could get the fight done. I mean, this is appalling. This is pathetic. But you have to jump hurdles after hurdles after hurdles. Oh, they need to fight each other. They're legitimate champions. What the fuck are you talking about? Jermall Charlo, mandatory to Canelo Alvarez before he became the super WBC champion. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. Oh, but he hides behind franchise champion, run his ass up at 175. Come on, man. We got to call a spade here. Shout outs to Oxtail, man, because he said it on the freaking live stream yesterday. It's a duck, dog. Because if I'm going to sit here and put you on a certain level, then you have to be doing things that may match the certain level. Oof. what Ox said was so deep and profound. Let me rewind it because it needs to marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? And hear me? Wow. Ox said, I'm going to put you on a certain level, you have to do shit to show me that you're on a certain level. Canelo Alvarez ain't doing that. He's picking and choosing his opponents at the right time. The Sergey Kovalev fight was a fight that he purposefully picked. And motherfuckers thinking, oh, Oscar De La Hoya is running all the strings. Like Canelo Alvarez don't have a fucking brain. Like he's just sitting there and taking everything Oscar De La Hoya tells him. If Ryan Garcia, who hasn't done not even 10% of what Canelo Alvarez has done, could sit there and push the agenda against Oscar De La Hoya, how much more do you think Canelo Alvarez is doing? Come on, folks. You can't be simple-minded to think that Canelo Alvarez is not right there as the cash cow that he is in boxing today, not pulling the strings as well, too. Come on. This is common sense. This is stating the most obvious. But don't let classic dotes and troglodytes, Rudy Point Pum Brains, ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric try to dupe you. Because I told you, on this YouTube world, you have opera singers. Yeah. And then, yeah. They go everywhere and turncoat like motherfuckers, man. They turncoat motherfuckers. They turn the coat to wherever they go. They're camouflaged. He knows the sport is the same everywhere. When I leave my platform and I go to somebody else's, or I come back, I have to be consistent and authentic as fuck. Because it's about your reputation. Nobody can sit here and say he knows the sport, said this over here, and then come back and say, no, I'm speaking the same language everywhere. Let me say it again. Nobody could go and say he knows the sport, said this, and he knows the sport that. I'm speaking the same language everywhere. But other motherfuckers, they don't. Because they want to pander to whoever's in front of them. They want to kiss motherfuckers' ass. I don't do that, man. I don't kiss nobody's ass. And if you do that, then that says everything it needs to say about you. This panderisms in this YouTube world of the boxing streets is nonsensical. You pander to the Triple G's. You pander to the Canelo. But you want to shit on Jermall Charlo and shit on Demetrius Andrade. I mean, it's ridiculous. These guys are fighters. Legit fighters. Champions. Let's keep it a buck here. The risk outweighs the reward. Let me say it again. The risk outweighs the reward. That's why folks don't want to fight them. And people got to call it a buck here. If you're sitting here out of your mouth and saying this person's ducking that person, you got to keep that same energy everywhere. It's really that simple, folks. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.